Hello there. In this video lecture, we are trying to see what is the green technology, and in the green technology, we will try to understand the risk to the conventional businesses from the climate change. This is one of the important aspect in everyone's life regarding the climate change. So, and how it is going to be affecting on the conventional businesses, and that we are going to be see. The first one is going to be life and property insurers. So in this case, the life insurance companies or medical insurance companies, they are giving a very good service to the humankind. So in terms of when you are going to be in the trouble, they are going to be assisting you in terms of the economically or in terms of the psychological point of view, they are supporting you. So in this case, what is the main problem? When the climate is going to be changed, and how it is going to be affecting on the insurance companies, and how it will affect on the human people. So then in this case, the overall risk to various businesses will be enormous owing to the occurrence of extreme events and rising the sea levels. So then in this case, what will happen? The overall risk in our business when the sea levels are going to be rising, because the many people was depends on the different resources and how they are going to be affecting in this case. So in this case, the insurance companies, what will happen? So then the most of the time the people will go for the insurance when they are feel in the trouble. Suppose for the health insurance and the life insurance companies and the property insurance, vehicle insurances are going. So then what will happen in this case? The life and property insurers will have to insure against the risk of the floods, drafts, health problems, damage to the property, and these are generally they used to go. So then what? There will be a more insurance business but increased risk too. That means the premium of the insurance is going to be go beyond the hands of the common people. So that means the more people are going to be optimum for the health insurance companies. So chances are there, while the settling time or the claiming of the settlement, there is going to be a huge amount they have to go to hand over to the respective insurers. So then what will happen in this case? So insurance premiums will go increases because they need to provide the service to the almost all the people. Then what will agriculture credit and crop insurance business will increase. So in this case, what will happen? Not only in every claiming. So then what will happen to the municipal engineers? In this case, municipal engineers' main purpose over there, they are going to be providing the drainage channels and the various infrastructure for the betterment of the humankind they are going to be using. So in this case, what is the main role and how they are going to be affecting? The municipal engineers of the coastal towns will receive the kicks from the public as drainage systems will fail to work for not fault of theirs. So in this case, what will happen? The coastal towns, best example you can take Chennai, and one more is going to be the Mumbai, and these are the metropolitan cities, and they are going to be very close to the almost to the on the bank of the ocean. They have developed the cities. So then what will happen in this case? There is going to be heavy rains are going to be there, and automatically the heavy rains they need to carry through the drainage channels, either maybe open channels or maybe the closed channels or maybe the underground channels. So in this case, what will happen? So unexpected rains and the floods are going to be coming. So whatever they design to carry forward this flood water, so the channel size may not be enough. Then automatically those are going to be the diverse effect is going to be affecting. So the meteorology department will also be difficult place to work in, because they are using for the they are trying to guess the situation, what kind of amount of the rains are going to be fall particularly, and then how they are going to be different kind of estimations they will do. So the predictions will be more than likely to fail. So in this case, because of the climate changes, so then these common phenomena is that the predictions whatever they are expected, it is going to be failed. So then in this case, what will happen? There we can see there is going to be a drainage channels was designed by the municipal engineers or civil constructions people. So main purpose of this one is to carry forward the waste water from the domestic level or maybe the industry level. So but the people are started to practicing differently, rather than they started to dump their waste material or solid materials like plastic or waste covers or maybe the waste food, they are going to be throw in the such a canals, such a drainage canals. So then automatically, then what will happen in this case? So because of our practice, these channels are going to be completely become a bottleneck. They are going to be blocked because of these solid materials. Then further, this that liquid is not going to be carry forward. That means the wastewater is not going to be carry forward. Then automatically, what will happen? There we can see here, because of the choke down of these channels, that the rainwater is not able to move through these channels, and then automatically they will come to the road. So then in this road, what will happen? The roads will become the drainage channels and open channels here, and it will going to be severely affect on the transportations as well as the humankind. Because these drainage channels have a lot of bacteria and the virus. Once it is going to be entered on the road, and it will going to be further effect on the households, then automatically these problems are going to be rising. So here this is going to be the Mumbai city, and here I am going to be show the Chennai also affecting nowadays this kind of the rain system, because whatever the drainage system in the Chennai, it was designed at the time of the British people, but now it is exactly not serving for the purpose. And one more is going to be our traditional business, conventional business, because of the climate change affected. Here is the medical and hospital personals, because of the floods, because of other drafts, or maybe the heat waves or the cold waves are the main reasons. Because of unexpected diseases or the virus attacking also, it is going to be affecting, because the climate changes will going to be give a chances to those virus to become active. So in this case, what will happen? There are going to be overload is going to be taking place on your medical personals like doctors, or maybe the compounders, or maybe others kind of the people. So mostly they are coming from the floods, heat waves, or the cold waves. These are going to be unexpected things. And next, medicine shortage also going to be taking place. The medicine shortage means here, so the population started to grow, and they are going to be getting the same kind of the virus to the number of people, then the same medicine may not be available. But in terms of other way, the lack of medicine for the new diseases like HIV and the dengue, chikungunya, and nowadays we are suffering with the COVID-19, because for this one there is no the proper medicine, but rather than we are going to be depends only on the traditional medicines like Ayurveda and homeopathy. So these are also going to be a little immunity boosters. That's why the persons will going to be recover easily. So the traditional conventional business also suffering because of the climate change. Here is the medical and hospital personals. So there we can see here. So I am going to be show, because of the same kind of the diseases is going to be attacking the number of people, then they used to go to the hospitals for the treatment. So then the waiting period is going to be more, because the hospital personals are shortage is there. And the next, in this case, what will happen? Once they are going to be hospitalized, the beds, whatever they expected the number of beds, and they not be the enough. So automatically there is going to be a scarcity is going to be generating, because the climate changes is going to be more affected here. In this case, what will happen? As we know that the climate change is going to be increases, because the lowlands will going to be generally subjected to the sea level will going to be rise, and automatically they will enter into the low level lands. Then there is going to be a problem is going to be creating here. So then what are the problems? Shortage of the buses and trains and other transport facilities also going to be the affecting. And the next one, shortage of the driver personals in this case, because they need a special training for particularly for the passenger drivers. And the next, the repairs and the maintenance personals also may not be available, but the number of repairs and the maintenance is going to become, but they need to, it will become not only available, at the same time the existed people also will get overloaded. So in this case, what will happen? There we can see the number of persons, that means here the passengers are going to be more, they are going to be migrating from the one place to the another place. Because of the climate changes, maybe that land is going to be may not be cultivated, or the lowlands already filled with the seawater, and then they are losing their livelihood. Then they used to travel to the higher grounds. So then automatically the existed transportation, because this is the unexpected things, automatically these people will going to be overcrowded. And another one also there we can see here. So these kind of the situations are going to be rising, because these are not able to predict, even though you predicted, but the farmers whatever you used may not be work out here. And here the hotel and restaurant business, this is also the conventional business. So then how it will affect because of the climate changes? So then what will happen here? The uncertainty of the clients for the same reasons here. What is that? The business hotels and the restaurants, they are providing the food for the needy people. So automatically the situations are going to be rising over there. And next one, the shortage of the food, and sometimes the food is going to be may not be sell to the customers. So then the deficiency of the servicing personals, because the most important thing is the training of a respective person for the respective field. So then that shortage is going to be coming here. Next, the lack of infrastructure, as we've seen that in the transportation, because of the infrastructure we do have, but that unexpected service we unable to provide here. And then we can see here the food wastage, suppose you are going to be considered as the 100%, then where this 100% wastage is coming, the food preparation time, the 45% is going to be wastage is there. And the next one, the spoilage, 21%. In this case, what will happen, when the food is not going to be sold to the customer, then they used to go for the preservation, or sometimes they are not going to be used for the next day, then automatically they will throw in the garbage. So that is available is the 21%, and the customer plates is 34% of the food is going to be waste. So then what we are going to do, so then automatically that waste food we are going to be dumping in the dumping ads. So in the dumping ads, what will happen, rather than they are going to be dig the soil and they are not going to be burying, so then they are going to be keeping on the open ground. So automatically what will happen, the decompose, and it will going to be that gases is going to be releases to the atmosphere, and the throughout that surrounding area will going to be severely affected. And agriculture and agro-industrial business, in this case what will happen, when the climate change is going to be coming, because maybe you are going to be getting the heavy floods, or maybe the completely draft is going to be creating. So that time what will happen, there is going to be agriculture that is severely affecting on the agriculture, because the agriculture is mainly depends on the water. So then what will happen, in this case the land also may not be up to the not useful. Then the coastal areas is going to be most affected, because of the seawater levels are going to be rise, and it's also occupying the cultivated land also. It's going, so then this is going to be a problem will come. The next one, the fruits, vegetables, tea, coffee, aromatic and medical plants, basmati rice and wine cultivation can also affected by the temperature and humidity changes. And it is estimated that the crop reduction could be as high as 40% of this. That means the reduction of the crops will go in 2100, it's going to be 40% reduction is going to be, because of the climate unpredicted situations, and then automatically they are unable to transfer this information to the farmers, and they are going to be in the traditional way they used to cultivate the lands. So then automatically what will happen here, the reduction is going to be taking place because of lack of water and other resources. And then similarly, the shifts in forest produce will occur, affecting the tribal and other populations that depends on, because this is completely a chain. It means one supply and demand is going to become a chain here. So then mostly we are going to be depends on the forest products. So then it is also affecting for their area. So in this case we can see that's going to be completely dried land, and this is going to be flooded area. That means the one part of the globe is suffering with the completely desert conditions, other part is going to be getting the heavy rains. So then what will happen in this case, because of this climate change, so they're expected 2010, these which are going to be near to the equator, those are going to be losing the crops. So then what will, in this case what will happen, there is a South America is there, Africa continent is there, India and Australia, these are very near to the equator, they are going to be suffered with the high temperature rises, and the drought situation is going to come. But you can see in the green above this one, the China, Russia and Canada, these areas are going to be, temperatures will rise because these are the cold countries. Then automatically they will get the good yielding capabilities they are going to be gaining. That means one side of the globe is going to be suffering with the droughts, other side of the globe is going to be it's going to be a reward for that in terms of the rains and other water facilities. So then how global warming distort the resources. So in this case what will happen, the buyers are equal suddenly in the demand. So then what will happen, some people are, suppose we are importing the oil from the different countries. So then what will happen, this is going to be a distort is going to be taking place, and the sites which were once populated may perhaps unable to support any human habitations at all. So agriculture areas may be inundated and soil ruined. So because of the this seawater level rise. So then those who resource such as petroleum bauxite that can be developed in spite of the earlier mentioned problem, it can become aggressive and increase the price rate also. So in this case, not only the human peoples are going to be, because of the human the life process, we are generating the different types of the waste products for our actually need. So then at the same time, our earth structure also going to be one of the reason for the climate change. In this case, what will happen inside the direction of the magnetic field, and it will need to protect. So then what will happen, they are going to be, scientists are saying different theories. So in this case, there we can see the plates, this is going to be the earth plates are going to be the moving in conditions. Then automatically what will happen here, so there is going to be volcano eruptions are going to be taking place because of the global changes, so the climate changes. So there we can see this land is there, continental crust is there, and the oceans graph is there, and these plates are going to be starting to move. So this way also sometimes the volcano eruptions also will going to be taking place. So what is our outcome from this one? The life and the property insurers are going to be suffered. Not only the companies and the people also going to be suffered from this one, and the municipal engineers predictions also may not be up to the mark because of the unpredicted situations are going to be rising, and the medical as well as the hospital personnel also be suffering. Automobile and aircraft industry, because they are not able to provide, sometimes the may not be there. The hotel and restaurant business also have the same kind of the situations, and agriculture, agro-industrial business is going to be affecting. And the next one, and how global warming distort the resources. So then automatically these are the points we have discussed in this case. So thank you for, and we are doing some more educational videos on this the technology, and the main purpose is to create awareness to what's happening in your surroundings. So then for more updates, follow my channel.